What's in the, how is that in the, oh, it's this. Okay. Where can I put that? It's not in the way. It's still showing. Let me come over here. See what that looks like. Looks pretty good, except for that cord. There we go. My new system has a much better camera, which I'm not used to. So I did have to like cover up a couple things on my face. um, I don't really wear makeup. There we go. Okay, that'll have to do for now. Hi, Shelly. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Where's Amy? Is she on TikTok? There she is. Okay. Yeah, I know. You can just really see everything on the and I have so much more space too, which is awesome. And I'm not exactly sure where to put this keyboard. Because I can put it anywhere. Let me try putting it over here since I don't really need it. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Alright, I don't know where my Facebook peeps are at. I've got YouTube and I've got TikTok and you know, the last time I went live on was the live was super glitchy, so I don't know if that is, I don't know what that is, if that's my computer or just the you know, the quality of internet that I'm able to get out here. Hi Serena, good to see you. Thank you for sharing the live. Oh, thank you. Serena says you TikTok crocheters are wonderful. Well, um, I think the TikTok crochet community is wonderful. Truly. I wouldn't be over here if it wasn't. I mean, I had a pattern of TikTok blow up of wasn't even my TikTok, and it was somebody, you know, making one of my patterns. So here I am. Okay, on my encoding software, it actually looks like I'm frozen. Am I frozen? Now it's saying I'm offline. Let me end this and start again. It's spinning over here. Well, it says it's going, but it does say that YouTube is offline. So I don't know what to think. I'm just going to keep going, I guess. I've got people watching on TikTok, so I'll just keep doing my thing. So, hi, morning. Um, yeah, I don't know what happened over there, but I mean, Ecamm says it's going, so we'll just uh, we'll just see what happens. I just honestly just need a recording, so I'll just hang out with y'all TikTokers and hope it records. I'm just doing a swatch video, and the reason I'm doing it is because I have had these swatch videos on my YouTube channel for about 4 years, and I know that they are widely viewed, but there are some mistakes in them, and so I have to keep sending people. I keep sending people there, and then they keep coming back with these, questions about mistakes that I made when I was making the video. The most obvious one being the slip knot counts as one, which it actually does not, but that's how I always counted, and now I know better. So anyways, I'm going to swatch Vivid Chevrons. I have some swatch along videos. One of them has another mistake in it, and it's the Vivid Chevron one. So I'm gonna swatch for the 6-Day Kid blanket. For the stripes we call Vivid Chevrons. And I recently designed an adult size blanket in this stripe called the 6-Day Man Blanket. So I'm going to use 6-Day Man Blanket colors, and I'm going to make a swatch. So 6-Day Man Blanket, let me just bring it up so I make sure I do the right thing. Starts with this silver gray. It's done in Vanna's Choice. These are the colors. I love Vanna's Choice. I wanted to pick colors that were manly. I thought were manly. And I think that the Vivid Chevrons stripe is very manly. That's just my opinion. People ask, all kinds of questions about the 6-Day Kid blanket, but is it too feminine? And I think that the original Vivid Chevrons has those really nice defined stripes, and I think it makes a great blanket for a man. There you have it. Last year when I moved, my landlord asked me if I would make him a blanket, and I said yes, and I designed this 6-Day Man blanket for him. I said, what color do you want? And he said, well, brown would match my furniture. Typical man, right? Like, just give me just neutral colors or whatever. So anyways, I designed this for him, and I still haven't sent it to him yet. It's been about a year since I moved, and I just want to make sure I have all the photographs I need for it for my book, because it's going to be in my book. Okay, so since I'm just doing a swatch, I'm going to start with 37 chains, and that makes 2 points. And then what you can do is see if you like the stripe, and measure the swatch and kind of self-design the size of your blanket. If you don't want to make this 6-Day Man blanket is actually huge, so you don't want a huge one. You can size down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, hi, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay, and I usually count them again just to make sure. Oh, great. Yeah, I think my connection's kind of cutting in and out. Let me do it like this. This is easier to see too now that I have a much bigger screen. Great, so don't count this one. That's the mistake I made on my original videos. So when you see me and I say, I've got 37, I'm also counting this one. So that's not correct. I was one short. So row 1, starting with the second chain from the hook, you single crochet across. So since you're only skipping 1, and you're starting with the second chain, you should end up with 36, or one less than however many you chained. Yes, you can do foundation single crochet. I personally don't do it because I don't like the edge that it makes with my tension. Also, I just work under this top thread of the chain. You can work under two if you want, like that, or you can go around to the back and just work under that third loop. Any of those is correct, but I'm just going into the top one. For me, I find that foundation single crochet stretches out a little bit more than what I would like my blanket edges to do. I'd like them to have a little bit more of a firm edge on them, but I know plenty of people use foundation single crochet. They don't have any issues with it. So make an informed decision. Hi, Kathy. Don't just, oh, because it's easier, do a technique that's easier and faster. Make sure it's the right technique for your project. Everybody knows I'm the laziest crocheter there is. I don't like to weave in my ends. I don't like to sew things together. I'm lazy and I love shortcuts, but I also love attention to detail, and I think that certain details really make a difference in your projects. Let me come back over here because I can't see what's happening on TikTok. Oh, why? Wow. Hi, everybody. The 6-day man blanket is really probably not going to be a 6-day project, if we're being honest, because it is really big. If you have a week off and you don't have to work or go to school or cook or take kids anywhere, and you pretty much have, all week to just kind of sit and crochet and binge shows or whatever, then you could do it. A 6-day kid blanket works up really fast. The multiple for chevron start, which is what I'm doing. Thank you for asking. Tatum Hearts Crochet is asking, what's the multiple? It's 17 plus 3. Now, there is a way to start this blanket with a straight edge and then work up the chevrons. And if you want to do that, the multiple is 13 plus 4. But today I'm doing Vivid Chevrons, just the original pattern, and it's 17 plus 3. And soon I will do a video. I actually have swatch videos for the straight start. Hi, Marissa. I'm making a 6-day man blanket. I'm just doing the swatch. I'm doing a swatch along video for my YouTube. I've been asked to do the Invisible Woman hat on my next live, so that's what I'm going to do next. But today I'm going to do this. Let me just check the pattern and make sure I don't have to change colors. So the difference between the different striping, this is the Vivid Chevrons, is the original stripe from the original 6-day kid blanket pattern. The reason it's called Vivid Chevrons is because there's a single crochet row on the top and bottom of the granny stitches, which is the 3 double crochet in each stitch and then skips that has the holes in it. So there are single crochets on each side of those, and it just defines the chevron. So that's why it's vivid. This is the original. There are other, if you change colors on different rows, the blanket will look completely different. So this one is going to be, we're going to continue with this color until we get to row 5. And then we're going to switch. So let's see, I just want to make sure I'm doing it properly. Yes, color A. Okay, row 2 starts with a chain 3. Skip the first 3 stitches. Skip this one, count the one under the chain, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochet in the next stitch. This is the row that everybody struggles with. It's like what I would call the setup row. Once you get this setup row done, you're pretty good. There's a few little pitfalls that can happen here and there, but this is the row to really pay attention to. Now I'm going to skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next. 1, 2, 3. Skip 2, and then 3, 3, 3 in the next. So it's 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. So we're making a corner. Let me just set this down because I want this to be really slow so that beginners can follow along. Thanks for sharing the live. I'm not going to make the whole blanket. I'm just making a swatch. Yeah, thank you for following. I'm making a 6-day kid blanket swatch. There are a bunch of different ways to make the 6-day kid blanket. This is the original Vivid Chevron. The most popular one that everybody asks about is the snowflake. And that one basically is just changing colors between rows 2 and 3. It's a little complicated to explain because the color changes don't coordinate with the pattern repeat. So it's a little confusing to explain, but once you understand it, it's fine. Okay, so now I'm coming down and I'm going to skip 2 and 3 double crochet in the next. Okay, and then we're doing a double crochet 3 together. And this is not a decrease, so all of the stitches, all 3 parts of this stitch go into the same stitch. So it's, you start a double crochet and you pull through 2 and you leave the last loop, and then you do it again, and then you do it a 3rd time, and then you pull through all 3 of them. If you try to go 1 and then 2 and then 3, it's not going to come out, and that's where everybody ends up getting confused and they're stuck because they're trying to do this over 3 stitches, and it goes into 1. And then you skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to work another DC3 together into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, pull through all 3. I know that looks like a giant chasm and it looks like it really can't be right, but it is. Skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3, 3, 3. 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3 double crochet, double crochet in the last stitch. Okay, there's your row 2. I'm just going to stop and take a minute and explain what happens on this row that gets people. Let me just, okay, I want to be right here. Let me just adjust this so we're not, there we go. Okay. So a couple things happen where people get thrown off with this pattern. One of them I already explained. It's this. It's when people want to take this DC3 together and work it over 3 stitches like a decrease. And it's not that kind of decrease. It's just a cluster. Helps the work kind of lean in a little bit. Okay. And then the skipping 4, it looks like a lot. And some people have sworn they heard me say that you skip 3 and work into the 4th, but I never said that. It's skip 4 and work into the 5th. Yeah. Eliza says, I get it visually. Now my brain needs to make my hands do it. The other thing that that happens is, do you see how on my end I have 2 groups of 3 double crochet on the ends, but then in the middle I only have 1. So that's another thing that throws people off. If they're not really paying close attention to the pattern, then they come down here and they try to do 2 sets of 3 double crochet in between instead of just the 1. So when you're repeating across your row 2, you'll repeat from here to here. Not from here to here, but here to here. So this is the 17 stitch repeat right here. So there's only 1 double crochet set of 3 double crochet in between the mountains and the valley. And then it's just the ends that have these 2 double crochet and then 1. And this looks kind of off because it's tilting, but you can see that when your sides of your blanket are straight, it's going to be straight like that. 2 only on the ends and 1 in between each peak. That's right, Eliza. Yep. So those are some common things that happen on this row. And once you get this row, you're good. Okay, row 3. I have a knot coming out of my Vanna's Choice. I don't think I said the names of the colors. This one is silver gray, and then I think it's taupe, chocolate, what are they? Taupe, charcoal gray, honey, and chocolate. And that's the order that they go in. Oh, Eliza, I get it. I mean, I know a lot of people are, and you haven't said you're afraid of patterns, but I know a lot of people are afraid of reading patterns. But if you want to do more stuff, you got to give it a try. But I have so many resources. This is a really good pattern to learn pattern reading and to like kind of up level. It is a beginner pattern, but I think once you complete it, you're ready to do more. Okay, row 3, chain 3, and then we're going to skip over this and we're going to put 3 double crochet in the space. This is such a fun row because the row before it tells you what to do. Yeah, I understand. I mean, I'm a fine one to talk. I hardly ever make other people's patterns anymore. I just do my own thing, you know? So I'm a fine one to be like, oh, you can do it. I think I need to pick up and try and read somebody else's pattern every once in a while. Okay, at the peak, I'm going to do 3, 3, 3. Okay, and then I'm going to do 3 here, and then the DC3, 2 DC3 togethers are going to go on either side. 3 double crochet in the next space. And then double crochet 3 together in the next space. Again, all the stitches go into the same space, and then you skip over the middle and you make the next one in the next space. I know nobody ever wants to swatch, but I really, really highly recommend it. And again, I'm the laziest person there is. I hate swatching. I just want to dive right into my project, but really, because of that really tricky row 2 and some little nuances that this pattern has, not to mention all the different ways there are to stripe it and make it, you should really make a swatch. Try out the stitches, learn them, try all the different striping methods, vivid chevron, snowflake effect, Aussie confetti, let me see, viral stripes, and popsicle. Those are the 5 that we have named. And you should try them out. Try them all out and see which one you really want to do. See if your colors work together. Okay, I should be saying what I'm doing. 3 double crochet in the space and 3, 3, 3 in the peaks. Swatching is important. I have an entire Facebook group that's just for the purpose of helping people with this blanket. And one of our rules is that you have to swatch. And I mean, there will be people who will, you know, the join question is, do you agree to swatch? And they're like, no, I'm not going to swatch. Yes, of course, with tension, it's really important. Also, I have a video too, a resize video where once you have this swatch, I show you how to measure it and then figure out how to make your blanket whatever size you want. Because even though this with worsted weight is this size for me, it might be, you know, so much smaller for you. So you really want your blanket to be perfect. Some people think it's ridiculous. Gina says that's ridiculous. Some people think it's ridiculous that I say they have to swatch. They're like, no, I'm not going to do it. Okay, I like to lay my work down after every row and admire it. That's my motto. My motto is lay it down and admire it. And while you're admiring it, check it over and see how it's going. And anything that's really wrong might jump out at you, right? But even, you know, even if it's not perfect, you're still laying it down and you're saying, wow, look what I did. You're making a regular sized Afghan using this pattern. Cool. I hope you're in my group and you'll show it off there or make a TikTok and tag me so I can see it. Okay, row 4. I'm still with color A. So it's chain 1. And it is just my habit to chain before I turn. It doesn't really matter if you chain before or after you turn. And just do the same thing every time. Make a habit and do it the same way every time. Single crochet in the first stitch. And then here's another thing that people forget or miss. And then they end up with their counts off. Single crochet in the first stitch and then skip 1. And then single crochet in each stitch across to the end. We try to be supportive in the Facebook group, but we do have rules, and mostly the rules are there to keep the drama out, because ain't no one got time for that. We're supposed to be enjoying our crochet, so there's no drama over there. 3 single crochet in the peak, and then I'm going to make a single crochet. Oh, I'm glad you did too. I don't have a regular schedule where I come on, but I've been trying to come on more recently. Mostly because I think that my tutorial videos are not that great, and I just want to keep improving on them and giving people more assistance online. And also people have told me that they like just crocheting along, having someone to crochet along with. So yeah, this is more fun than just sitting in a room by myself crocheting something, talking to myself, and going back and editing like crazy. Okay, and then at the end of the row, we're going to skip this last double crochet before the turning chain. And then on row 4, I do work into the turning chain. So see how I skipped that one. So the single crochet rows have a skip before the last stitch, after the first stitch of the row, and before the last stitch of the row. I am Baby Groot. I would give anything for someone to do a video of how to crochet for absolute beginners. There's videos, those videos exist. They absolutely do. Okay, so this is, the striping pattern is Vivid Chevrons. So the way Vivid Chevrons works is there's contrasting colors on the contrast color. The color changes happen on rows 5 and 6, and then on the repeat you go on to the next one. Yeah, you're welcome to go ahead and tag in the feed if you want. You can do the star blanket as an absolute beginner. Okay, I took out that last loop because the way you change colors is, let's see, my next color is this taupe. Let me just get it going. These Anna's Choices always have, oh, you're welcome. I love to crochet too. I knew it. These barf all the time. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to go really nice and slow for you all. it's hard when muscle memory starts taking over, or when I get to talking. I may have made so many 6-day kid blankets. I could do these stitches in my sleep. Okay. So listen, when you change colors, this is how I do it. Don't be new crocheters. Do not be enchanted by the word magic in this phrase, magic knot. It is not a good way to tie your ends, and they do come undone. I don't care what anyone says. I've seen it again and again and again. Weaving in your ends is the best way to deal with your ends, and I never tie a knot unless it's an emergency. Okay, so this is my single crochet on my last row. Here's how I'm going to change. I'm going to pull my new color through the last, do the last step of that last stitch with my new color, and then I take my ends, these are my ends, and I flip them up over my working yarn before I do the next thing, which is to chain 3, and then those ends are not secure, but they're not hanging loose, and they're not making a hole, and they're not doing anything, you know, crazy that's going to make my project unravel. So I will leave them there until I weave in my ends, or until I do an edge, and then I'll work my edge. I'll put this end this way and this end the other way, and I'll work over it for a couple of stitches, and then I'll let it dangle, and then when I'm all done, I will weave it in. Okay, so this is row 5. You skip 2, 1, 2, and then double crochet 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you should be in the center single crochet of the row below, and if you're not, you you did something wrong, you made a mistake. Let's see, do you leave a medium amount of yarn when changing colors so you can weave it in? I leave about this much. This is about normal for me. About 4 to 6 inches. Okay, and then we're going to do 3 double crochet in the same stitch at the peak. And then going down, it's 7 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so chain 3, skip 2, 8 double crochet, 3 in the peak, and then 7 going down. Let's see. I am Baby Groot says, I tie knots a lot. I need a video on how to change colors with scraps. Just do what I just did. This doesn't have to just be on the end of the row. That's how I do it every time. I cut the yarn and I flip the ends over the working yarn and kind of lock them in place. Then when I'm done, I go back and tie it in. What always caused me the most mistakes is when I chain 3 and where the next stitch is at. Are we talking about specifically on this pattern? Thank you for sharing the video. Okay, now we're going to skip 2 in the valley, and then we're going to go 7 up. Yeah, okay. So on the 6-day kit blanket, a little thing that you can remember is on the single crochet row, you skip 1. On the double crochet row, double, you skip 2. On the granny rows, 3 double crochet together, you skip 3. So it's actually 1, 2, 3. And then people will say, like, well, how many stitches should I have at the end of the row? I mean, I don't know. What's important is how many you have from here to here and how many you have from here to here. So I think it's more productive and informative to count the stitches between the peaks and not count the entire row. I don't count my whole row. Three in the peak, and then going down to the side, it's 8. So skip 2, 8, 3 in the peak, 7 to go down, skip 2 in the valley, 7 to go back up, 3 in the top. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and then double crochet in the last stitch. Having a stitch count helped. For the star blanket, I definitely think you need a stitch count. But you don't need a stitch count for the whole row of each row of the 6-day blanket. It's important to know how, in between, I would count in between each one. Okay, row 6, we're sticking with this same color. Chain 3, skip 2, there's 1, there's 2, and I'm going to work into this one. And the only difference between row 5 and row 6 is the row 5 is worked into single crochet and row 6 is worked into double crochet. It's the 6-day blanket. So it's 2 rows of granny stitches, a row of single crochet, 2 rows of double crochet, and another row of single crochet. That's the 6-day blanket. Or the 6-day everything. Okay, and then I did 3 in the center, and then 7 going down, trying to slow down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and now I'm going to skip 2 in the valley. And I just want to point this out because it might seem obvious to some people and maybe not so much others, but I'm skipping 2, so it's going to be centered. I'm going to skip 1 from this side and 1 from this side. I am using a ring light, but I don't have it pointed directly at my face because I don't like when it makes those reflections in the glasses, in your glasses. So I actually have a white wall behind my camera, and I have the light bouncing off of the wall. I have side lights. They're actually pointed at the ceiling. and they're bouncing. Do you like that word, bouncing? I learned that in graduate school as a dance major. 3 double crochet in the peak. Yeah, I don't point the lights directly at my face. First of all, because it hurts my eyes. And then we'll have 8 double crochet going down. Hello, pure amorzi, from the beautiful southern state of Georgia. Oh, I love Georgia. Listen, I'm probably going to get heat for this. Ring lights are a gimmick. You do not need an expensive ring light, okay? The lights that I have on my setup, I have 2 of those little $6 clip lamps from, I don't know, I think I got them on Amazon. I have 2 of those, and then I have an IKEA lamp that it's like a desk lamp, and I just have it pointed at the wall. And then I have the ring light, and the ring light is my least favorite of all those lights. I am Baby Groot. You should do classes. I would pay, honestly. I have a membership community. You are welcome to come. I do classes every week. It's called the Betty McKnitiverse. Costs about $11 a month to be part of. I do classes. I do crochet alongs. Right now, I workshop my projects that are coming. Right now, I'm workshopping. You can see my 2 hexagon sweaters that I've made. That's my next pattern release that I'm trying to get ready. Yes, I do. There's a link in my bio. It's BettyMcKnitiverse.com. It's called the Betty McKnitiverse. It's a wonderful community. Okay. So I'm just going to go back and redo this last pull through of the last stitch I did, because I'm going to change colors. Eliza says, I get 3 stitches in. My daughter tries to either fall off a table or break something. Listen, before you know it, they'll be grown and gone. I got a lot of crochet and knitting done when my kids were like at gymnastics and lessons. All right, next color up is the charcoal, and look at this. I found this on clearance at Joann's, which I don't like seeing, because I think that that means that this color is going to be discontinued, and I really love this charcoal color. I showed my friend my star blanket, and now she's making one. How cool is that? My sister says, I can tell you from experience, I'm fun to crochet with. I'm fun to crochet with. I'm fun to dance with. I'm fun to do yoga with. I'm fun to hang out with. I'm a lot of fun. All right, so here we go. Row 7. Now, Groot, you watching? This is how you're going to change colors from now on. You're not going to tie those knots anymore. I hope she said sometimes clearance means new design label. I hope so. I hope that's the case. It looked like it was selected colors though on their website too. And sadly, like 3 of them are in the blanket I just released, this man blanket. Okay, so you pull through the new color. And then you take the two ends. Here's the end of my taupe and the end of my charcoal, and you flip it up over the working yarn and hold it to the back. I'm holding it against my hook with my fingers, and I want to say I'm holding it there tightly, but not with a death grip, okay? I hate saying that because then you all like think that means it has to be like pulled so tight, but you just hold it back there with a tiny bit of tension so that it's going to stay. Chain one, and now I'm going to turn. And there are my ends. They're just hanging there, and they're fine. Nothing bad is going to happen. If you're really worried about it, you can work over them. I'll work my first single crochet over them, but then I'm going to let them dangle, because working over your ends is also not secure. It will not secure your ends. I found that out the hard way. Single crochet rows is just like the last one. You skip one and then you continue. And then this is like my favorite row because you just single crochet in every stitch. There's no skips. There's no multiple stitches in any stitch. It's just glorious, beautiful single crochet, one stitch after the other. Hi, Debbie. It won't. I know you feel like it's going to fall apart, but it won't. And if you are going to tie a knot there, just tie it like a square knot, not really super tight, but loose enough that you can untie it later and weave in your ends. It's not going to fall apart. Look at this. Nothing bad is happening. Shirley says, I never learned to crochet. I'm trying to learn. Aw. Crochet is better than therapy. Groot, did you see I'm doing the 6 days of self-care crochet along again next week? You should come to that. You'll enjoy it. You can meet some people. Struggle with tension. Well, anxiety will make your tension. Yeah. Anxiety will affect your tension on your project. I just want to say, because some people may be watching this to learn, that you skip the stitch before the last stitch of the row. Okay, and these are the pattern rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, yes, both yarn and mental tensions. And then you're going to go back and repeat row 2 through 7 again. And I just want to point out that at the end of your swatch at row 7, this is going to be like splayed out a little bit. It's not going to be straight. So make sure you plan your stripes for your blanket to end on row 4, because it's these granny rows and these stitches here that kind of gather this work back in and kind of flatten it out. So sometimes you'll see 6-day kid blankets where people don't know that and they end on row 7, or we have some stripes that kind of end on row 7, and you need to start and end with this for it to kind of come back in. Otherwise your blanket at the top is going to have ears. I have 2 granny stitch blankets going as works in progress, okay? Yeah, next week I'm doing a 6 days of self-care crochet along, and there's a link for it in my bio. You can sign up for the Zoom or watch the replay in one of my private groups. Um, yeah, and we actually do crochet as therapy. We talk about how to protect your body when you're crocheting. We talk about mindfulness techniques that you can bring to your work so that you're not just using your crochet to escape as a way of avoiding or numbing out, right? Um, and we talk about energy work too and how to energize your projects with positive energy. And then, you know, when you give them away, you have them, you know, like full of, like really full of loving energy or healing energy or whatever energy you want to put into your blanket, to your project. The 6 days of self-care crochet along. Okay, so technically this would be the end of the swatch, but I'm going to keep going so I can finish with these colors, and I'll do my best to go slow and explain everything. So I'm on row 2 again. Let's see. Row 2 starts with the chain 3. Debbie says, I only have the border left on my superstar shawl. Wow, you did that fast. Okay, in row 2 you skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochet in the next. Amy says, I don't think I have ever met a crochet person that doesn't have a couple works in progress. I think that the rare person is the one that just buys the yarn for a single project and just does that project and then, you know, finishes it before they start something else. Do you ever watch crochet memes on TikTok? I don't think so. I don't know. Kathy says, Debbie says, I did 6 repeats after the setup row. I should have enough for the border. Yeah, you should. Debbie, you were using the Karen, what are those new Karen cakes? The fuzzy ones. Oh, they're like dad jokes. Okay. Okay, here I am with that double crochet 3 together. It is gorgeous. Skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double crochet 3 together in the next. You're trying to make the star blanket fit your bed, but that might be a mistake. They look amazing on beds. I have mine on my king size bed, which is the guest room here in my house, and it gets a lot of love. I have it there for my guests. Listen, people worry about this little space here a lot because I think I said in one of my videos to pull it tight, but you don't have to pull it that tight. If you pull it too tight, this is going to start to go like this, which isn't not really a big deal, but this does not have to be like invisible. Skip 2 and 3 double crochet. Group, it doesn't have to take up the whole bed. The points, I mean, mine isn't even that big. It's maybe 60 inches. If I measured it from one point to another, it has 7 points. So you can't really measure it straight across, but I think it's about 60 inches. And it looks great on my king size bed. Three, 3, 3 in the top. Oh my goodness. Here comes that bot on YouTube again. I'm going to finish this row before I deal with that. 6-day kid blanket is such a great project for your heirloom, for your grandchildren, because you can make them, you will never get tired of the pattern. You can make it so many different ways, and it's like it looks the same but different. It's really the coolest pattern for that. And then double crochet in the last. Baby Groot says, I have the yarn for your octagon cardigan when it's released. Well, if you join the McKnitterverse, you can have the draft of the pattern right now because it's in there. We're working on it in there. It's not done, but we're working on it. We have one more crochet along meeting for it too. Okay, I got to go over to YouTube and fix this BS. Did someone kick him out? Someone must have done it. Cloud cakes, that's right. All right, one of my mods must have handled it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, row 3, chain 3. This is such a fun row because you get to work into the spaces. I'm going to put 3 double crochet there, 3 double crochet there, and 3, 3, 3 in the top. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate you all. 3, 3, 3 in the top. I really actually love this man blanket. I bought a second one. I bought enough yarn to make a second one so that I could have one after I give one to my landlord. Okay, let's see. All right, then going down, we're going to do 3 double crochet, and then the DC3 together are going to go here and here. We're going to skip this. Okay, it's 3 double crochet, DC3 together, DC3 together, 3 double crochet, 3, 3, 3. Okay, let me just get that far. And remember, you repeat from here to here. So only your ends will have 2 going down the side like that. In the middle, you'll just have 1 in between. Thank you for the follows and the likes. Hola. Three double crochet in the next. Let me do that again. I got a kind of a big loop right there. Kathy says, Debbie, which blanket did you use? The anniversary cake? I think she did the great granddad with that. Okay, and then to the end it's 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, and then 1 double crochet in the last space. Baby Groot, what yarn did you get for your octagon cardigan? It's a hexagon, by the way. Not an octagon. Okay, I have some advice in my pattern about keeping your ends from curling, and one of them is to work from back to front. So I just want to show you what that would look like. So if I'm going to work this last stitch of this row from back to front, I'm just going to put my hook in from the back to the front and pull up a loop like that, and then pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's working from the back to the front. Lay it down and admire it. Doesn't that look so nice? Nice neutral manly colors, and then we're going to throw that mustard in and just shake things up. Let me see, is the mustard next? I think it's next. Color A, color B. Color C is the dark gray, and then the gold. Yeah, the honey. Okay, but first row 4. Chain 1. Single crochet in the first stitch. Skip 1. Single crochet in each stitch across. Three single crochet in the chain 3 space. Hi everyone joining. Oh my gosh, thank you for the follows. Trying to go nice and slow and take my time. Hi Samantha, thanks for the follow. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip the last stitch and put your last single crochet into the top of the turning chain. I'm going to leave that last loop undone because we're going to change colors. Now, do you see what I mean now about it being straight? Remember back here when it was like that and the sides weren't straight, and now it's straight. So this is why you should always end on row 4 and have the symmetry of this on the bottom and this on the top. Hi Vanessa, the yarn is Vanna's choice. And the colors that I've used so far are silver gray, and then I did taupe, and then this is charcoal, and the yardage and everything that you need is in my pattern, the 6-day man blanket. I'm swatching for the 6-day man blanket. Someday I'll make the whole thing on video, but I'm just doing the swatch for now. Okay, I've got another ball of yarn to barf. Deal with the barf for. Let's see if it barfs. This one's honey. I love this color of Vanna's Choice. I just love it. I mean, I'm upset. There's, I think, 2 colors that I found on clearance at Joann's of Vanna's. So I'm hoping that does not mean 2 colors from my man blanket. 2 colors from the 6-day man blanket that I just released like a couple months ago. But you know, you don't have to do the colors that I chose. You can do any colors you want. The idea behind this blanket was that the colors were, in my mind, manly, and also by request from someone. And I think I need to go up a hook size. I'm using a J hook, by the way, with Vanna's. Yeah, the whole idea of the man blanket is that it's vivid chevrons, the stripes. All right. Row 5. Here I go. I'm going to pull through the last loop of that last single crochet. Here's my 2 ends. I'm going to flip them up over my working yarn and then do my chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And it just holds them in place. Nothing bad's going to happen. Row 5 is a double crochet row, so double 2, you skip 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to start here, 8 double crochet. Hey country girl, I'm glad you found it too. 8 double crochet to the top. Look at that splash of yellow. I love that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you should be at the center, so it's 3 in the top. 1, 2, 3. And then going down towards the valley, it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, thank you. Designs by Brennan F. Thank you very much. So this is just a little cheat code for this blanket. Is this when you're coming down on all of the 6-day blankets, this last double crochet before the skip 2 will line up with this last group of 3 double crochet. It'll line up right between the last 2 double crochet of there. I just watch for that. I don't usually count because I'm usually watching my show or, you know, whatever, thinking. Skip 2, and yes, I know it looks a little off center, but it's not. It's fine. 1, 2, 7 to go up to the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 3, 3, 3 in the top. 1, 2, not 3, 3, 3, just 3, 3, and then 8 to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that was my stomach growling, 8, and then 1 double crochet in the last stitch. Thank you for the likes. Oh, I shouldn't have messed with this. My crochet hook is a Furls Odyssey hook. They're my favorite. Okay, let's move on to row 6. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a double crochet row, double 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and then double crochet 8 of them. 1, 2, oh, it is. It's a weighted hook. Not all of their hooks are weighted, but the Odyssey is weighted, and it seems like that would make it harder to hold, but it's really not. It's easier, and it feels like I don't know, just like really substantial in my hand. And I tell this story all the time. Okay, then I'm doing 3 in the top. But what it feels like to me is like I used to do baton twirling when I was younger, and it feels like the nice weighted baton that's measured to fit your arm. You know, it feels like that. Whereas like the little baton from the toy store that's not properly weighted and it's just made out of plastic, it's just like you can't do anything with it. So it feels like that. It has like this weight to it that makes it easier to crochet. I believe that's the intention of the design. Skip 2. If you don't hold your hook like I do though, this is probably not the right Furls hook for you. If you hold it, I don't think they're meant for people that crochet like this. I think they have other hooks that are better for the pencil hold. Wow, TikTok, I wasn't expecting to get so much love for the 6-day blanket over here. I thought TikTok that y'all were just only about the star blanket. I guess I was wrong. I have definitely noticed a difference with this hook since I started using them, that I can crochet longer. And because I do crochet every day for usually hours a day, um, I have to use an ergonomic hook. I can't not use one. So it's 8 double crochet to go down the last peak to the end. Skip one and put your last double crochet in the top of the turning chain. Okay, see those double crochet rows again? How it kind of, it's not as bad now, but if you had a whole blanket going across, the top of it would be going out. It's really most important to know that for the viral stripes, because the viral stripes, the color changes go along with the actual pattern rows, so 2 through 7. So you have to do something so that you don't end on row 7. But this one, the vivid chevrons, the pattern works out. Thing I like about having an odd number of colors with vivid chevron is I'm gonna do the chocolate next. So then the chocolate is gonna be in the granny stitches. So then when I repeat the light gray is going to be in the light gray is going to be the double crochet, and then the taupe is going to be granny, and then the charcoal is going to be, so they'll switch. So every time this color appears, it's going to alternate, whether it's the double crochet rows or the granny rows. So that's something about vivid chevrons. If you like this pattern, use an odd number of colors, and then you'll have that. Okay, I'm going to take out this last one here. And then I'm going to pull up my chocolate. Forgot about the barf. Okay, I'm going to pull my new color through the last 2. No, this is not Hugs and Kisses. Hugs and Kisses came along after the 6-day kid blanket. It's a different designer. She has a group like mine also. They're with Crochet Crowd. I'm not affiliated with them. Take your 2 ends and put them up over the top of the working yarn, and then chain 1, single crochet, skip 1, single crochet. You need that skip 1 to make your sides slant. Yes, a sweet flamingo. I am Betty McNitt. You've done both the 6-day blanket and Hugs and Kisses. On this row, there's no multiple stitches in one stitch, no skipping, no nothing. Aww. Thank you so much. You're so kind. I'm so glad you've enjoyed them. This is actually the 6-day man blanket. These are the manly colors I chose. I got tired of people saying the 6-day kid blanket is too feminine. I'm glad you found me too. This last one's going to get skipped. I know, right? Okay, so row 2, I'm going to chain 3. You know, I keep kind of, I don't know if you can really see, but my blanket is starting to like accordion a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. I'm going to wash it, and as soon as I do that and I lay it out, I'm going to give it a nice, stretch, and it's going to be completely flat. So I'm not worried if I've got that little accordion. If anything, you want, for something like this, a huge blanket with all this yardage and all the weight, it's going to stretch. So if anything, you want it just a little bit on the tight side. Okay, this is a granny row. Granny stitches are 3 double crochet in one space. So 3, we skip 3. 1, 2, 3. It's another little cheat code. And then 3 double crochet in the next. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next. Skip 2, 3, 3, 3 in the peak. Skip 2, 3 double crochet going down. Skip 2, double crochet 3 together. Skip 4, double crochet 3 together. Skip 2, 3 double crochet. Skip 2, 3, 3, 3 in the peak. Wow, thank you for the follows. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the gifts. I can actually see your gifts on my new monitor. It's huge. It's really like left me with so much extra space on my desk too. It's great. I'm loving it. Double crochet in the, do you hear those ocean breezes? Uh-oh. There it goes. There we go. Wow. Okay, row 3. 2 more rows. 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochet. Your grandmother used to crochet. Ken Woodglin. Three, 3, 3 in the peak. Thank you for the follows. I kind of like these colors. I feel like they're kind of vintagey. They look a little like, I don't know, 1970s a little bit, but also like manly. Double crochet 3 together. Skip the space in the middle. Double crochet 3 together. Three double crochet in this space. Three, 3, 3 in the point. I don't know what happened. I don't think my stream is running anymore. I'm getting zero people watching. Plenty of people over here on TikTok. Maybe they all jumped over. Three double crochet in each of these spaces to the end. Yeah, but over on the other platforms, there's nobody. Granny Lori says, I want to see how you cast on. Well, I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube channel after I'm done. So you can find me on Betty McKnit. And I'll be posting this whole video over there so people can follow along and do vivid chevrons or 6-day man blanket. I hope I didn't go too fast. I can always do it again. This is my last row, row 4. You always want to end your 6-day kid blanket on row 4. You're welcome, Granny Lori. Single crochet in the first stitch, skip 1, single crochet in each stitch. I think there's 8 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 3 in the chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, and then I think it's 14. 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks for the follows. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then 3 in the space. 1, 2, 3, and then 8 to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, skip 1, and then single crochet in the top of the turning chain. Thank you for the likes. Let's admire it. That's beautiful. I love it. So now once you do your swatch, then you can measure it. From here to here is 5 inches. So if I wanted, let's say a blanket of 30 inches, then I would want 6 points, right? So measure from here to here to figure out how many your points are. And then this, because the sides, remember, are different from the middle. So that's how you could measure and figure out. And then you could just take your measurement from the top to the very bottom, which would be, down here by the point, from point to point. Mine's about 12 1/4. And then you could figure out how many repeats you would need to make the length that you want. And the multiple, if you're going to start straight with the chevron, start like this, and you're not going to start straight and build the points. You're going to start just like I did with the chevrons. The multiple is 17 plus 3. So for every point you want 17 stitches, and then you need 3 extra. 1 on each end and 1 for turning. That's how that works. 17 plus 3. 17 per point. So in our example, it would be where I just said I would need 6 points. It would be 6 times 17, whatever that is. I can't do math that fast in my head. 6 times 17, the answer, plus 3 more. That's how many it would be. Your starting chain for that. Let me bring this down. Thank you so much for being here. It's been such a fun live tonight. Really great Sunday night crowd. I appreciate y'all being here with me. And next time I'm live, I'm going to be doing the Invisible Woman hat. So if you want to see what that's like, go get it. Go check it out on my website, bettymcknit.com. All right, have a good night, everyone. Mwah. Love you, TikTok. Bye.